Thank you. Mr. Gabriel.
Yes, I do support single-member districts, and for the same reason that the League of Women Voters support the redistricting amendments. I believe that it would provide a greater opportunity to provide better representation for people in a more compact area. Gainesville uses single-member districts, so if it's good enough for Gainesville, it should be good enough for Alachua County. I also believe that it will, and you won't hear me saying that very often, by the way, but in this case, I do agree. It will bring down the cost of the whole process, campaigning, and I think that's a good thing. Anytime you can bring the cost down, it's costs a lot of money, and we've driven a lot of miles here. Just yesterday, I started in High Springs, went to Lake Cross, across the northern part of the county to Waldo, and then down the east side of the county to Hawthorne and Cross Creek, and then across the Micanopy and back up into Gainesville. So I think we drove about 370 miles yesterday. So it costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time the way it's currently structured. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pinkerson.
Thank you. This question is obviously spurred by what took place with the Charter Review Commission, and the Charter Review Commission. One of the topics proposed was single-member districts, and there were two items that had probably the largest amount of feedback from the public, which was nonpartisan elections and the single-member districts. And you know, my view on it, because there are arguments to be made, it is a complicated issue, and there are arguments to be made for both sides as far as single-member districts. You know, you have obviously you do have representation from the people in that particular district. But you know, having gone to Florida Association of Counties meetings, I have heard some of the things that take place in single-member districts as far as how, you know, they work sometimes at odds with what's best for the whole county for their one single district. So there are arguments that can be made on both sides. You know, and quite frankly, I'm not sure what I would have voted had it been on the ballot. But I do think that it probably should have gone to the ballot simply because of the amount of voter interest in it, and then they could have had the debate and see which way it would have gone.
Thank you. I have one more question from the audience before we go to closing statements. What is your position on the county charter amendments on the November ballot? And we'll begin.
Excuse me. They're like 6
on the November ballot.
Which one?
It says plural. The question was plural.
Yes.
We'll begin with Ms. Baird.
Wow. Okay. Like anything else, as we've heard it over and over, unintended consequences is a very important issue to really think about. And like any and all other decisions, and whether they're good decisions or bad decisions, the fundamental element that you want to make sure that is in place is somebody that is in office that will make the best decision for you and your county. Not just for good intentions, but the best decision with well-researched, well-documented evidence to make that decision. And based on that, from the research I have done so far, and I'm still doing it, I still just asked, not today because some good information came up on number 6. I guess there's 6 of them actually, on the charter, for the charter review, right, for our county-wide? Right. Number 6, whether it should go from constitutional officers to charter officers. And I'll tell you, these laws are becoming so complicated, gang, and they're supposed to be protecting us, but they become so complicated that they're just used against us when willed and for us if you get the right person in there. It's very hard. But on the surface of it, I thought it would be a good idea because that would actually take a nonpartisan election for those particular offices, which I think are so important. It shouldn't matter whether you have a D, an R, an I, a G, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It should be what your principles are for that. For number 1, it's an easy one, yes. For number 2, that's a pretty simple one as well, and that's I don't remember what number 2 was, but I know it was yes. Number 3 is real important, and that's a big fat yes. And what was number 2?
It's the military.
The military. No, that's not military. No. This is county. Yes. I think that should be a yes as well, because that way they can't change the rules that have been done by referendum. So yes, and yes for now, but we all need to study it more and make sure that those unintended consequences don't appear.
Thank you. Ms. Chestnut.
Thank you. Well, I think I want to concentrate on one of the amendments, because I think that is an overriding issue for me, and I think it overrides the rest of them, and that is question 4, replacing the Board of County Commissioners with the Board of Charter Commissioners. Well, actually, no one in Florida has done that. We don't know what a charter commission will do. We don't know what that is about. I'm not sure what was in the thinking of the Charter Review Commission when they proposed that. Unintended consequences, to change something when you don't know what the consequences of it will be, I think is not the way to go. 20, according to your information, 20 of the 67 counties, Alachua County being one, we already have home rule. We are a home rule county. But to change to a form of government that is not covered at this point anywhere in the state, and we have no basis on which to know what's going to happen with it, I would not support. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pinkeson.
Thank you. As this is going to be kind of the same answer as the last one, the whole Charter Review Commission is a chance for people to evaluate what type of government they want every 10 years. And this is a product of and I don't remember exactly the number of initiatives that were put forth. How many?
13.
I thought that y'all looked at more than 13, but there was a lot. There were a lot of them, and
more than that.
And what it is an opportunity for people to determine their governance. You know, I can go through there and tell you, but it really shouldn't make any difference what I feel. It should be up to the individuals to go through and figure out and look at what they want, because this is how they want their government to perform. And so I would just, you know, and I haven't even done all the research. I will tell you about the one about the salaries. When I first asked about salaries, I didn't even know we got paid. So it shows how well, you know, that's the truth. You know, so anyway, you know, I would say do your homework and make your decisions based upon what you think is the best governance.